What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into this special 4th of July review of Superman 3. It just so happens that I'm reviewing these films now leading up to Superman, directed by James Gunn, and I've only got two left after this, Superman 4 and Superman Returns. I've already seen Man of Steel a bunch of times, so I'm probably going to rewatch that, but after I see the new film. I'm going to see all the ones that I haven't seen beforehand. So, this movie is the third film in the Christopher Reeve Superman saga. And in this film, he doesn't really fight people, he fights machines and robots created by a super intelligent computer whiz played by Richard Pryor. Margot Kidder is in only one or two scenes of this film because of the problems that went on behind the scenes with the firing of the director Richard Donner from the second Superman film. Richard Lester returns to direct Superman 3, and in that, we've got a different type of a film, a more funny film, a more lighthearted film, where I think a lot of the humor doesn't work. The film is extremely cheesy, even more so than the last two, and you're sitting there just going like, "Oh my god, this movie is like extremely corny." The first like 20 minutes of the film, maybe even 30 minutes, I was sitting there like, okay, the last two movies had cheese, but it was just like something you can bypass. This film, there's like cheese every 5 minutes because it's more of a humor film, it's more of a comedy film. In doing that, they're adding a lot more cheesiness, and it didn't do it any favors. Christopher Reeve is great, but he's playing a jackass in this film. You know, I didn't really realize that the Christopher Reeve Superman films had such a inspiration on Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. You can really see a lot of similarities with the stories, and Spider-Man 3 and Superman 3 link up to where both characters turn to the dark side, where Peter Parker is taken by the evil symbiote. Superman just touches some kryptonite that turns him into an asshole. And it gives him a split personality in a scene where Clark has to fight himself. You have Clark versus Superman in this film. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. But when he comes back and when he gets his powers back, it's really exciting and the music soars. But I didn't care about the story to this film. And sure, I care about Christopher Reeve as Superman, but what he was doing in this film, I didn't care for. And finally, at the end of it, with the big third act action sequence where he's just basically standing in the same spot the whole time, being blasted by lasers, it's just really ridiculous. And the series has taken an extreme dip since the second film. I don't think this is a good movie at all. I think this is a bad film. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It feels like two different movies for the most part. It feels like the Richard Pryor movie, where you have like 10 minutes at a time with him, and then you cut back to Superman, where you have 10 minutes at a time with him, and the movie bounces back and forth, and they all come together by the end of it. But it just felt really jumbled up to me. Kind of felt like two movies were put into a blender. And, you know, that's happening a lot in Hollywood nowadays. I think Superman 3 has maybe two scenes that I liked. I can't even really remember them, to be honest with you. It's not a memorable film. I'm still thinking about Superman 1. I'm still thinking about Superman 2. This one is going to be easily forgotten. And I'm giving the movie 1.5 out of 5 stars. I think the only positive other than Christopher Reeve, and sure, the performances are fine, but I didn't like what any of the characters had to do or say. They were good in the movie, but the screenplay was terrible. The other positive thing is the flying stuff. I mean, the flying stuff to me in this movie looked like it improved over the last two films. That's really the only positives I have with it. Every time you hear John Williams' score, it's great, but you can obviously tell that the score is not by John Williams. Even in the last one, he just has orchestrations that make you soar the whole way through. And this year's Independence Day review is Superman 3. It's not necessarily a good film, but it's a good character, and it's an actor to be celebrated. And that, of course, is Christopher Reeve. So, guys, comment down below what's your thoughts on Superman 3. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of reviews coming in the future, including Superman. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Fantastic Four, First Steps, a lot of the big summer movies, and including Jurassic World Rebirth, where my review is up on the channel right now. Check out my review for the previous Superman films leading up to the new one. Guys, you can also follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Superman 3. And until next time, over and out.